Just as a recap, this was lesson 6.4. Use equivalent fractions as a strategy to add and subtract fractions. Let's try some. For instance, if I have the fractions 1/5 and 1/2, and I ask you to figure out what the common denominator should be. First, you should list the multiples of each. You say 5 and then 2. So the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, and I'll stop there. And then the multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Immediately I see 2 that match. I see 10 and 10. That is going to be my common multiple, my least common multiple. Then you have to find the two equivalent fractions for these. So first I will say 1/5. What did I have to do to 5 to get something with a 10 as the denominator? I had to say 5 times 2 equals 10, and then whatever I do to the denominator I have to do to the numerator. So I go 1 times 2 is 2. So there is our equivalent fraction for 1/5. Now we have to do the same for 1/2. So what did I do to 2 or to 1/2 in order to get a denominator of 10? I had to say 2 times 5 equals 10. So whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator, and I got 1 times 5 equals 5. So there are my two equivalent fractions. Okay, now you try one. 1/2 and 3/8. Remember, the first step is to list the multiples of your two denominators, 2 and 8. Pause the video right now to try it, and then resume when you're ready to see if your answer is correct. Okay, so here is the answer. The least common multiple is 8. As you can see, the 3/8 already had an 8 as the denominator, so you did not have to change that fraction at all. So your two equivalent fractions are 4/8 and 3/8. Okay, let's try another one. 5/6 and 2/9. Remember what your first step is. Pause the video and then start it back when you're ready to check your work. Okay, you should have 18 as your least common multiple. With that, you had to take 5/6 and make an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 18. So you took your 6 and you asked, what did I do to 6 to get 18? And you say 6 times 3 equals 18. Then whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator, so you have to say 5 times 3 equals 15. So 15/18 is your equivalent fraction for 5/6. Then you go over to 2/9. So how did you make 2/9 a fraction with a denominator of 18? For 9, you say 9 times 2 gives you 18. So whatever you do to that denominator, you must do to the numerator. 2 times 2 equals 4. So 4/18 is your equivalent fraction for 2/9. I hope you guys understand how to come up with equivalent fractions for two fractions that have unlike denominators. Remember your steps. Good luck.